Welcome back everyone. So in the last video we have already covered all the informative part related to virtual operating system and its requirement. So today we will start with the actual setup with the actual environment setup of your computer. So the first thing what you have to do is to go to the official website of the VirtualBox and download its setup file. So as I have told you earlier, the official website of the VirtualBox is www.virtualbox.org. When you type, you will get the same screen as you can see on the desktop. What you have to do, you have to click on download VirtualBox 6.0. After clicking, you will see that VirtualBox 6.0.8 platform packages for Windows host operating system, for Linux, for Solaris. So if you are having a Windows host operating system, then you have to click here and downloading will start. As you can explore further also that whatever the software development kit for all the platforms, then the user manual and various things we will explore it later. Firstly, what you have to do, you have to just click here Windows host. If you are having a Windows host operating system, click here and downloading will start. As you can see, downloading has been started. It will take, I think, 168 MB of space. Just wait till it get downloaded, then we will proceed further. um, Along with this virtual box, what you have to do, you have to also download some ISO file. If you have the ISO file, it's okay. If you don't have the ISO file, you have to download the ISO file, because it's a virtual box will give you a virtual environment. Now you have to deploy some operating system on virtualbox in order to run your virtual operating system. So if you're actually we are doing working with Kali Linux and hacking stuff. So what would I recommend, that you should go to the official website of the Kali Linux, that is www.kali.org, and you should download the ISO file of the Kali Linux, so that we can make a virtual operating system of Kali Linux. Okay, so click here, and as you can see the list of all the Kali versions. You can download it from here. If you have a torrent, then you can download the torrent file, and otherwise you can just download normally as the Chrome downloader. Okay, and the important thing that you have to consider here, as you can see that the first one is the Kali Linux for 64-bit of operating system, and this is 32-bit. So first check the specification of your computer, your laptop, before installing the Kali version from here. Okay, now there are different Kali versions. The latest one is this one. As you can see, 2019.2. The previous one were LXD Mate. For the beginning, I should recommend you just go with this one if you are having a 64-bit operating system, and you should go with this one if you are having a 32-bit operating system. So what you have to do, you have to just click here. If you're using a torrent, then you have to click here. So let me click here. As you can see, Kali Linux downloading has been started, and it will take the space of 3.1 GB. So you need a proper internet connection to install this very long file. Okay, so I have already downloaded this Kali Linux and VirtualBox. For you just take some time and download this Kali Linux. If your friend have, then you can copy it. Now as you can see, my VirtualBox has been downloaded. Now I will go in my download section. Okay, let me show you. I have copied the setup file from the download to the desktop, so that it could be more visible to you. Okay, So this is the setup file. What you have to do, you have to double click on it, and as you can see, it is showing that preparing to install. I am not going to install this one because I have already installed my VirtualBox. What you have to do, you have to just click on next, next, next. Nothing so complex, and you will end up installing this VirtualBox on your computer. Okay, so after installing, let me tell you, let me show you in fact how the screen will look like. Okay, let me cancel this out. Yes, finish. Okay, as I was telling you that I have already installed this virtual box. As you can see here, it has been installed. When you double click on this shortcut file, you will see this kind of screen on your desktop. Okay, as I have already installed the virtual virtual operating systems on my virtual box. Now I will teach you, and you will get to learn that how to install this operating system on your virtual box. The first thing you have to do, since you have to create something, a new virtual operating system. So what you have to do, you have to click here on new, and see here it is asking what name you want to give to your uh, operating system. This could be anything. As you can see that I have written vamp new vamp window. So let me write here vamp example. Okay, okay, then it will ask you what kind of operating system you're going to install. Since our operating system is a Linux, that is Kali, so I will choose here Linux, and then it will ask you what kind of version it is. So as I have told you to download the 64-bit or 32-bit from the official website of the Kali, so whatever you have downloaded, just choose that one. So that was the Debian version. So if you have if you have selected, or if you have downloaded 32-bit version, then you should go with the 32-bit. Else you should have you should have to select 64-bit here. Okay, then press the next button. Then it will ask you how much memory you want to give to your virtual operating system. So here you have to be a little bit more concerned, because it completely depends upon how much RAM do you have in your computer. Okay, in my computer I have 8 GB of RAM. Okay, so I can actually give half 4 GB to my Kali Linux, and 4 GB to my host operating system. Now it's up to you. It's not required that you should have to give 4 GB of RAM to your Kali Linux, because as you can see, the recommended memory size is 1024 MB. So what we should do, let me just make it to 2048. I mean 2048 8 is a 2 GB of RAM. So what I'm doing here, I'm giving 2 GB of RAM to Kali Linux, and remaining 6 GB to my host operating system. Okay, after doing this, what you have to press here next, and it will ask you do not add virtual disk. If you are already having some disk file, you can use it from here. So we have to create a new virtual hard disk. So uh, click on create virtual hard disk now, and then create. Okay, it will ask you if the image should be VDI, VHD, or VMD. So go for the first one, virtual disk image. Press next, and then it will ask you whether you want the space to be dynamically allocated or fixed size. Now I will tell you the difference. If you press on dynamically allocated, you will get the space as much as you want, and it will again shrink down to actual size. But if you put it on the fixed size, then whether if you require more amount of space, you will not get. So it's better to go with the dynamically allocated. Okay, then press next. Then here it will ask you how much space, how much actual hard disk space. I mean, initially we were talking about primary storage, now it's talking about secondary storage, how much space you want to give. Okay, so since we have to do a lot of hacking stuff, lot of hacking tools, so it's better to give approximately 100 GB of space to Kali Linux. it's good to give 100 GB. Okay, because we have to do a lot of stuff and we have to install a lot of tools also. We have to do a lot of coding, so 100 GB would be enough. If you don't have 100 GB, 80 to 60 GB will also work. Okay, so press create. As you can see, initially we were having only two tabs here, but now another tab with the name of vamp example is also appeared here. Now if you click on the vamp example, it will not run because we have not given the ISO file to it. So what you have to do, just go on the vamp example and right click on it and go to the settings. Now when you enter the setting part, you have to go to the storage part, and here you can see it's empty. It means that you have to give ISO file here. Okay, so go to this disk part and click here, and then it will give you a option that go to your computer and search for that ISO file if you have already downloaded. As I have told you, go to the Kali Linux official website and download the ISO file. Now you have to just uh, go to that folder. As you can see, I have already downloaded the Kali Linux. You have to just click here and open. Now 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 you have just given the virtual machine the direction of the ISO file. Now it can take the ISO file from this place. Just press OK here and then double click on it. As you can see, the installation has been started now. Okay, so as you can see here, it is giving you lots of option what you want to do. Either you want to do AMD 64 and all these things. Well, all these things are almost same. What you have to go, since you can go with the install and graphical install. In the graphical install you will get a more better graphical user interface. So I recommend you to go with the graphical install. Press enter here. I know that it could be possible that mouse won't work on this screen, so just press enter from your keyboard and the graphical installation will start. Okay, so it's just the basic question. It will ask what kind of language you want to select. Continue with the English, and whatever the state you are in. So I am from India, so I should go with the India. And then what kind of keyboard you want to go with the American English or whatever you want. Now it will loading the additional components. Make sure that your internet connection is working fine. I know this will take some time. In fact, it will take more time, and you have to sit with patience. Okay, so it is asking you to give the host name. You can write anything here. I will go with the Kali. So you have to continue. It will ask for the domain name. You don't have to give anything here. You just have to continue, and then it will ask you for the password. Okay, so remember these things, that the password here, uh, whatever the password you're going to write here, just remember, because every time you're going to open this virtual machine you need to enter this password. Okay, so I am writing a password. After writing your password and then re-entering your password, you have to press on continue. Now this is the part where you can partition your disk. What I mean to say, whatever you want, whether you want to do the manual partitioning, if you want to use the entire disk as a single partition, so it's up to you. If you want to do manual partitioning, you can go for the manual. So for time being, I'm going with the guided one. Okay, so hit enter. It is asking, as you can see here, it is saying that 108.2 GB, as we have already specified initially. So that much of space it is asking for. Okay, it is asking all files in one partition, or you want to make some another separate home partition. So I will go with the one, I will go with the all files in one partition. You can choose whatever you want, or whatever is your requirement. But for our session, it's not necessary to make a lot of partition. You can go with all files in one partition. Okay, it is asking you, you want to make some changes, or you want to finish the partition. As you can see here, we have a primary space of 106 dot something GB, and then logical space of 2.1 GB, that is for swapping. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to finish the partition, write changes to disk. Okay, so continue. It is again asking, just read it carefully, write the changes to disk, no or yes. So you have to click on yes and then continue. You can see it is partitioning now. This particular part will take time, installing the system. So I'm just going to stop the video. I'm not going to complete this video, but I'm going to pause the video. Whenever it complete or something pops up, I will show you. Okay, while installing, you will get this kind of pop-up on a screen. This will come at the end of your installing. Actually, I have skipped the middle part because I don't want to make you bored, and I don't want the video to be very long. Okay, so at the end you will get this kind of pop-up, and it will ask you whether you want to use a network mirror or not. What you have to do, you have to just click on no and then continue. Now installing the grub bootloader. Then again, as you can see that it is asking you for install the grub bootloader to master the boot records. Okay, so here you have to press yes and then continue. It will ask you what kind of device, where you have to install this grub bootloader. So come to the downside, and it is a DV SDA, whatever it is, just select it on, and then grub bootloader will be installed on that particular partition or a space. Now as you can see, finishing the installation. As you can see, installation has been completed, and it is asking that installation is completed, so it's time to boot into your new system. Make sure to remove the installation media, so that you boot into the new system rather than restarting the installation. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to press continue here, and then installation will be finished within few seconds, I think. I know it's taking too long and video is getting longer, uh, but I don't want to skip some of the important parts. As you can see, installation has been finished and our Kali Linux is getting started. Now here you get the screen. Okay, here it is asking you for your username, and then okay, in the username what you have to write is ROOT. Okay, every time um, when it will ask you for the username, you have to give root, and then next, and then it will ask you for the password that you have initially set. So I will give my password here and then press sign in. As you can see, it's the screen of the Kali Linux. This is the symbol of the Kali Linux. Okay, if you press on the application here, okay, I don't know why it's okay. It's working. Okay, you can see there is an information gathering tools, vulnerability analysis tool. There are lots of hacking tools already present in the Kali. So what we have to do, we have to explore each of them. Okay, one by one, and you can see your browser here, Firefox, and files and everything. Okay, so we will explore every tool, everything of the Kali one by one. And now what you can do, what you can just if you want to close this virtual operating system, then you have to just press here. It will ask you whether you want to save the machine state, you want to shut down this, you want to send a shutdown signal, or you just have to power off the machine. Okay, so every time you do your work, and if something is something happening, or in between, you can just save the machine state. Else you just click on the power of the machine and press OK here. The machine will get closed. Again, if you want to start here, what you have to do, you have to come here in your in your virtual box, and you have to press twice. Okay, or you just press here twice, and again your virtual machine will start. Okay, it will take some time to start, but it will start. Okay, as you can see, it will start. Okay, so so I hope you got the understanding of installing the virtual machine on your computer, installing the virtual box, and we will further see what are the tools in the Kali Linux and how can we use it. Okay, so if you have any doubt related to the installation, or if you are getting any kind of problem, you can just write in the comment. I will try to solve that problem. And as you can see that when we are opening our virtual operating system of Kali, the screen is in a very small size. It's not in the full screen mode. Okay, so we will try to resolve this problem also. Till then, bye bye.